Hi, welcome back to the Backpacker Coach. Today I wanted to go over how I was able to reduce 10 pounds out of my winter backpacking gear. So let's hit it. So over the years I've changed over a bunch of gear, and I wanted to go over the different gear that I've changed between my old stuff to my new stuff, and how that has improved being able to lose over 10 pounds worth of weight from my gear. So first I want to show you something that I've done a while back, but I'm going to go through all this different things that I've gone over the years. Some of the stuff I've done videos on, some of them I haven't. First one I did, but anyway, was the biggest one was my tent. First one you can see was my old moss tent. That was 9.2 pounds. And my new one is, let's see, 7 pounds and 5 ounces. So I lost a lot there, and I'm going to keep a running tally at the end and show you all what how I did at the end. And so that was the first big one. That was a huge step. I really loved that old tent, but it was just really heavy. So next one was my mat, and I'll show you kind of the mat here. I won't be able to see all of it, but I had this big square mat, here. Big mat, big square mat. And then I replaced it with this mat, where you can see the taper. And how it's tapered. And I got a little bit of weight cut off there, so I went from from 2 pounds and 6 ounces to 2 pounds and more or less one ounce. So that wasn't too bad. That helped a little bit. And then I've got a couple other little things that I did recently that have changed. So I used to, another one that I used to use, an old Coleman stove that it was not gas, it was not the white gas, but it was still the old butane propane mixture, but it was a very old design, and so it didn't work very well, and it was very heavy. And so I bought, of course, this guy, which was the Soto. Get it out here. So I bought this little guy. This is obviously much lighter than the Coleman, and so the difference of that was this guy here is only 3.4 ounces, and the old Coleman was 13 ounces. So I mean, that's a huge difference there. Big. And that's just the stove part. That's not even talking about the fuel part. So next is I used to carry something similar to this. Not this one, it broke, but this was pretty heavy. But I carried it. I kind of used it as both a mug sometimes, as I also used it to measure my water, and it was to be able to measure like 2 cups worth. And I realized that was not really being very good with weight because it was so large, and so I ditched this guy here, or something similar to this, and I just went to Walmart, and I think I went to the dollar store, and I got one of these, and they come in like a whole set. but I just used the 1 cup thing. And the difference here is this is only 0.6 ounces, and this thing here weighs like 4.2 ounces. So that was a pretty good savings in weight, or at least it was probably pretty close to that. And then what I used to scoop out my snow to make water was this cup, and this is actually a pretty heavy, thick cup. And that cup was 2.4 ounces, and I bought this, and it's only 1.2 ounces. But you know, I realized what I should really do now that I've bought this. I should probably just bring another one of these along. Now you're wondering, why not just use this for everything? Reason why I don't do that is I don't want to cross-contaminate. If I scoop this up with the snow, then I've got the bacteria and whatever's all in the snow, this, and then in this, and then if I actually pour my water, the clean water, which I have boiled and killed all the germs in, and put it into there, then I've just made that contaminated. So I have to bring 2 of these, but these are still only 0.6 ounces, so that's still really light, and it's still lighter than even this, which is actually, I mean, it feels really pretty light too. Like I said, it's, you know, only half an ounce, or you know, half of that of the other, this guy. So it's not too bad, but it's still probably kind of big and kind of cumbersome. So I probably won't use this. I guess I'll just use it at home for scraping up some ice cream. But I thought it was a good idea, and now that I actually weighed it, well, not so good. I'll just get another one of these guys and call it good. And then the other thing is something that I changed was my outside waterproof jacket. So this was my original jacket here. This guy it's really big and heavy. Not big, but it's very heavy. Okay, so the weight of that was 2 pounds and 6 ounces. And as well as this, probably it was a little small to be able to fit over. I have a larger, now down full jacket that I wear. And so I wanted to be able to fit over that. And so I got this much lighter waterproof jacket, and that is only 1 pound and 2 ounces. So I saved, you know, over a pound there. So it's amazing that this jacket is 2 pounds. It's pretty heavy. So that one I was really happy about getting that done. So one other thing I wanted to show you was I made one other little change for this last backpacking trip. I decided not to take the bag that goes around my sleeping mat. And so just this little light bag here, and it's only 1.3 ounces, but I decided, hey, I don't need to carry that little bit of weight. Instead, usually what I do anyway is I just take this strap and I put it around my sleeping mat, and it keeps it all together, and it doesn't, you know, come unrolled. So I figured, why do I even use that? There's no real reason. So I got rid of that. It's another ounce that I can, you know, have somewhere else. And one other thing that I didn't, I can't show you because I don't have any more, but I on this last trip I found these little like peanut butter balls made by some company, and they came in these 2 packages that were kind of like Mylar like packages, and they felt like the packages were really heavy. And so what I did was I took out all the peanut butter balls, and I just put them in a freezer Ziploc bag, a small one, about that size, and I saved a little more weight because those bags were much heavier than just the one Ziploc freezer bag. It was a small quart size container freezer bag, and so I saved a little weight there as well. So if you can do that, if you can get, usually find what you're going to be buying, and if you can get rid of those bags. Usually the bags that come from the store are pretty heavy, and so if you can, get rid of those and put them in a normal baggie, or even the freezer bag. Freezer bags are still lighter than what you would find when you buy the actual product. So that was one other thing too. So that's how I saved, and altogether I saved 10 pounds and 12 ounces. That's a lot, or 10 pounds and 14 ounces. So I mean that is a lot of 10 pounds is a lot of weight that I was able to save and don't have to carry around for winter backpacking. And as you know, winter backpacking is totally different than summer backpacking for weight wise. There's lots of things that you can cut down on with weight for summer backpacking and go ultra light, or even somewhat ultra light, and be able to cut out all kinds of things for summer. But winter, that's not necessarily the case. You do have to bring more things, and things are just heavier because of being able to deal with the elements. So that's what I wanted to show you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and hope that you can learn from some of what I have changed over the years. And we'll catch you next time out there.